All right, everybody.
More like Popcast.
Yeah. So, everybody, welcome to the Sound Wizard podcast. This is yet another recording. We're doing this in June. I have dual Bobbies today.
Two of us.
Two.
Bobbies. The way that this came about was Bobby Gonzalez, correct? Bobby Gonzalez is my neighbor, and we've been kind of like seeing each other carry gear back and forth, and been like, okay, you play something, that's
Something's
cool.
up there.
Yeah. And then Bobby Snakes, he plays in a band called Trouble in the Streets, a band that I've had the pleasure to watch many times. What's up, Bobby? How you doing?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
And your fellow musician bandmate Andy Leonard was on one of these, and you decided that you didn't want to know what was in store for you. Is that right?
Yes.
Great.
You know, there's not that many surprises in life, so let's make it happen. You know?
Awesome. And then of course we have John Paul here with me as well.
Hey, team.
John Paul is going to be the one who really keeps us on track because I'll go off on a tangent. So glad that he's here. Why don't you start by taking me away from the tangent, John Paul?
Oh, perfect. I will give you the needed information, and that most of what we're going to be doing is setting up some jams and listening and talking about those jams, and including some questions. The first of which is, what instruments are you guys going to play today? Introduce yourselves and tell us what you're working with.
Bobby Snakes.
I am going to be laying it down on the drums today. And this kit is nice. It's really, really fun, and it sounds really, really good. So I'm excited to jump into it.
Give us the layman's on what that drum set is.
What it is?
Yeah.
It's a Gretsch, and looks like kind of a hybrid of a jazz kit a little bit. But I brought my Tama Star Classic 13-ply maple snare, which is my bread and butter. I love this thing so much.
Nerd alert. Where's that?
One
Nerd
nerdy
alert,
maple.
gear alert. Every now and then I dabble with the nerdage of band gear. But yeah, that's a really, really fun kit.
Very nice.
So I'm excited.
Bobby?
Hey, I'm Bobby, too. I'm playing bass. It's what I normally play. I usually play it guitar-ish, I guess. But we'll see about that today.
Yeah. And we've never jammed before, right?
No.
You and I?
Yeah.
Have you ever jammed with Bobby and other Bobby?
No.
No.
Very nice.
This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
When two Bobbies collide.
Yeah.
A Bobsplosion.
The Big Bob Theory.
Oh my god.
What is our band name for this?
Apparently that. Big Bob theory.
No, it's Pig Dick Hot Dog.
Oh, that's
There you go.
I like that.
Who said that? Oh wait, that was me.
Pig
Okay.
Dick Hot Dog.
Cool. I'm True Lawton. I'm playing the guitar again.
Hell yeah. One more question before we start playing.
Really quick, I never knew how to pronounce her last name.
Lawton.
Lawton. I'm like Lafton. I'm like, that can't be right. So,
I wish. My name's True Lafton. Boo, boo, boo.
Sorry, we can't. You gotta watch it because
I'm enjoying this.
We're gonna tangent. Him and I are like the same person.
We can only do one,
One
reasonably-
tangential
yeah.
person.
Is there
No,
like
no.
Is there like a safety word? You know,
Yeah.
like
Banana. It's always banana.
Okay.
We can only do one recording that I can actually keep in check. This one, I don't even want to. I'm excited. I'm excited for the music. But before we do that, when did you start playing music? And what other instruments have you messed around with?
I started playing music when I was like 5 years old. Very, very different though. I was in a show choir, and I used to dance quite a bit when I was a kid. A lot of musical theater and all that jazz. Fun fact about me, I was in a national touring show choir when I was like 12 years old.
What does that mean?
So in the Midwest, parents do this thing with their children where they put them in makeup and sequins and make them dance on stage. So yeah, picture like 50 kids and like 2 tour buses and like matching like starter jackets and all that. Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
It is pretty cool. Learn teamwork, dedication, music.
Yeah, all the energy. But So yeah, so I used to sing and dance quite a bit, and then when I was 12, I picked up the drums and got into heavy metal, and so I kind of did both at the same time. And then I was an opera singer for a long time. That's what I went to school for.
Really?
And that's I did. I was a tenor for a long time, and got to do some really cool big productions, professional productions, and then I don't know, I just wanted to be more in the rock scene. And Amen. So I kind of changed my tune a little bit. So, but it's all fun.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Bass, Bobby.
Mine's pretty boring. I started playing music since maybe 7th, 8th grade. I don't know how old you are in that grade.
13-ish?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds about
14-ish?
right. Yeah, fuck yeah, corn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been usually playing with the same people, so never really learned how to read music. I've always just kind of just felt it.
Yep.
And I guess with playing with the same people, you kind of learn oh, he's gonna. There it is. Yep, he
Yep.
just changed. So
Yeah.
did I. And
That's such a good way of putting it.
yeah, my last band, Thwarted, it's still going. I just kind of exited for a while. I felt just kind of, I don't know, been in a band that I've been playing the same songs for a while. Usually you get tired of those songs, so
Yep.
it's kind of,
Looking for more.
yeah,
Yep.
just fucking climbing, man.
That's awesome.
And this other band I'm in, it's my band. I just haven't done anything with it for a while, but I do have a bunch of newer songs that I just haven't really finished. But that's Diagonal Lines.
Cool.
And that is, it's more of I guess thrashy, just 2-piece,
Sweet.
bass heavy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
There was a band that my band played with in Brooklyn at a club called Europa, and they're called Cracula. And they are a
Nice.
thrash 2-piece bass and drums.
It's a good name.
And the bass player, I watched him load in 2 6x10 trailers full of cabinets. He played out of all of those guitar and bass cabinets at once.
That's awesome.
It was the most insane thing I'd ever seen.
Have you ever heard of Lightning Bolt?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same.
I'm from Florida, so
Okay.
yeah, that was one of those bands that come through and you're like, what are you people? This is incredible.
It's are you going to climb that thing?
Yeah.
I like the all right, trailer's full. Let's get another trailer.
Yeah, right.
Let's get another trailer.
Hey,
What?
maybe we should rethink what we're doing here. We're going to get number 2.
Can we attach these trailers and still drive one vehicle?
Yeah.
They would open for bands like High on Fire and stuff like that when they came through, and they were buddies with all of those guys, and they were just they would play these, they would headline a local show, and then they would open for those guys when they came in town, and that was their shtick, and it was amazing. I mean, it was absolutely nuts. And the drummer, while the guy is loading in all the stuff, the drummer set up all his gear and then started duct taping his drum set and didn't stop doing that until the other guy was done loading in all the amps. So it was just a big hive of duct tape. And then he played somehow like that with his, he was duct taping his, what is it called? The rack mount or whatever, all of the components for moving each other.
So much.
Duct tape
It's
is
so insane.
pretty awesome.
They do it every show.
Every show, though. It's crazy.
I always wanted to create a band that's just all set up. You go and you're all right, we got fucking playing. Here we go. It's our set time. Start setting up, being oh, this shit doesn't work, and then this happens, and you pop a string.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to create the theatrical Monty Python just bullshit on stage for people. There's gonna be drunk assholes just yeah.
And half the band keeps playing most of one cool song, but there's always somebody who's not in it, and you're like, man, that really sounds like it'd be cool if the bass player had his gig working.
His shit catches on fire. It's yeah.
And here we are doing the opposite. All that anyone gets to do with this is listen to it.
You don't know. The night is still young.
Touche. And actually, Bobby Snicks, you're gonna start us off. The music
Okay.
Our first
foundation
jam.
being the rhythm. Yeah.
Drum beats.
Yep. Please, and keep it simple, and
Okay.
these guys will jump in.
Okay. Let's see.
To make it easy, let's start in a key that we agree on.
I'm tuned I think half a step down. I don't know
really?
if that matters. What do you tune to? I can.
Not a half a step down, but I could do that. I would do that. That's what this guitar is made for. So I just probably should have known that a minute ago. Hold on. Let me do that. So D sharp.
Right.
Bobby, does your bass have a name?
D sharp.
Not really.
miss
I don't
Wasteland.
play it too often. I didn't really like the sound of it. But
Thanks for bringing it.
I figured it'd be fun to try this time.
Hell yeah.
I want to like it.
Drew's playing the Swamp Fox. So we've got one named
Nice.
instrument.
I'll just name this one Delilah.
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 Yeah, playing all the hits.
My students.
She's laughing.
Yeah, that's right. My wife Melissa is in the room with us today,
Yes.
as a silent participant. We might try to. I'm trying to give her a little thing that makes noises. Mel, you should come get the thing that makes noises. It's pretty fun.
What is it?
It's a little noise maker.
Yeah, because there's a lot of things in here that,
I know,
that make
true.
noise. That Razor scooter over there, I bet that can make some noise.
It's like a jock rock radio sound bank. This is gonna want to go out of tune so much. I know it.
That Razor scooter could be used as a rain stick.
Then you could drill some holes, make the handle into a flute, and then jump it and play it in midair.
One of those flute guitars.
Yeah.
This guitar is actually made to be tuned a half step down. Very exciting.
Nice.
So, any key that you want to do?
No, I don't know what keys are.
Okay. Then you go in first.
I go in first.
Yeah. So he's gonna start it with a beat. You go
Okay.
in first. I'll trail.
Okay.
Yes. That felt pretty cool. That was pretty weird.
Yeah. It should be weird. I like it weird. Brings me back.
That was great.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Man, I want to say that I was very excited about this jam because I love heavy music. And I am in and around music all of my life, but it's never heavy music. Not like, I mean, professionally and like, you know, I've been playing a lot of music, jamming with people, but none of it's been heavy. I've been dying for that shit. Thank you.
And we're just warming up. Oh,
You're welcome.
we like to talk about the jams a little bit too, and I think one of the fun ways to look back on it is what in there, if anything, surprised you. Bobby, you go first.
I've never heard either of them play before,
Yeah, I guess we could all.
so that was
Yeah.
Give me your hot take.
Yeah, that's your X factor right there.
my default answer. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Like I haven't really played bass in a couple of months, so this is sort of like rehashing something as well. So it's like, oh, cool. Let's see what comes naturally. So I was surprised with myself too. I guess if I could say, everybody, surprising.
All of it.
That's what it should be.
Bobby also?
Well, yeah, I never played with both of y'all. I've never really seen you play guitar.
Yep.
It's a first for everything. But I mean, I guess normally I play like 90% with a click track, so live. So it's kind of fun to take that off and to have a little bit more raw, you know, because you can never go beyond the click track.
Yep.
You can't. That's kind of the trade off with it. You can play on the quarter note. You can play a little bit behind it. You can play a little bit in front of it, but you can never truly push the tempo based off of just the rawness and the emotion in the room and what everyone's feeling. So it's always nice to break away from that and just kind of get back to my roots, you know. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, that was the first projects I was in high school was all heavy metal.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You know, the music that we were playing, it sounded like a slicker, faster Jesus Lizard or something like that. There's like a really weird kind of thing going on in there that I thought was pretty neat. You know, so John Paul is going to get the the item. I can't believe we weren't prepared for it.
What is
but
the item?
The next part of this podcast is called the Wheel of Influence.
Ooh.
And the Wheel of Influence is kind of the best thing ever. It's an iPad with an app on it that pretends to be one of those things that you spin.
yeah.
You know, like. Diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle.
My parents never bought me. That's all right.
Yep. But we're gonna bring. We're gonna bring it over to Mr. Snakes.
Okay.
Yep. And so you're gonna spin it, but you're gonna spin it to the microphone so we hear it.
Wait, what do you mean I spin it?
You just press spin.
Okay, here we go. Oh, okay. Still spinning. Artist shaped your music. Artist or artist?
Who shaped your
That
music?
shaped my music. Okay. Well, it's funny. Yeah, I guess, you know, before there was before and after. Like I said, growing up, it was a lot of classical music, especially from my dad, who is from Holland, and so a lot of classical music. Obviously, growing up and going to the Netherlands quite a bit. But then I discovered Tool, and that fucking changed everything for me. I realized at that point that everything I had been listening to had been a lie. And that I just basically lied to. I mean, let's just be honest. And I was just like, I was so blown away by it. What was that? That was the album Anima. Anima, however you want to pronounce it.
You know that Mike Hidalgo has said almost the same thing in the same spot as
Really?
you, from right there. Like,
Oh, is
like
that weird?
he like hit a Tool and he was like, I never went back.
I never went back. Yeah, it was just I just had never heard anything like that. And overall, I play drums, as my medium for, especially with Trouble in the Streets, obviously. But like, I love to perform, and I really love to just write great music. That's so, whatever. If there's no drums in it, so be it. I don't care. It's just like, what does the track need? And I feel like the first time I heard Tool, it was just that counterpoint and just every person in that band just being such a pillar, and from Maynard's vocals to obviously Danny Carey's playing, and that affected me and influenced me quite a bit too. And just his usage of toms. He had a teacher named Gary Chester who did a lot of singles like On the Boardwalk and everything from like a lot of
the
Motown.
Beach Boys?
He didn't play with the Beach Boys, but like a lot of Motown tracks and all that. And then so he kind of branched off into did a lot of prog rock drumming, and Danny kind of learned from him. So I remember growing up and reading, working through those drum method books and just like loving that stuff. So yeah, I would say numero uno would be Tool, and then I like a lot of yacht rock, and I love that shit. And then just in general, just electronic music. I feel like electronic music has influenced my playing more than anything. And from a compositional point of view, and especially with Trouble in the Streets, it's just a never-ending stream of so many genres and styles and influences that can come from electronic style. And what is electronic music these
Right.
days?
Yeah.
Like when we were kids, it was like techno.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
Yeah.
everything's electronic. And but yeah, just the subgenres of that, and trying to this is what I'm getting at, reverse engineer that stuff for live instruments.
I like
Whether
that.
it's from the synthesizer and compositional point of view or from the drumming point of view, reverse engineering a lot of the produced stuff like that. And I think, it's just an endless world. So,
That's cool.
yeah.
That's sweet.
Hell yeah. I think we might just jump into the next jam.
Yeah.
This one's a two-parter, and if anyone's feeling inspired conceptually by a mood or a phrase or a feeling, I've got one on hold, but I got to give you guys a chance.
Okay.
Something come to mind?
Well, I started the last one, so.
True.
No, I think we should take it from Bobby.
Yeah.
I just ate pizza and I have like zesty fucking burps coming up.
That is your inspiration.
Yes,
Zest.
Zest.
Okay.
Zest.
And
All right.
the goal here is just to find a groove or a series that everybody's into. Once we're all nodding, we'll stop, talk about what we want to change about it, and then build it from there.
And then go back in.
Yep.
Sweet. This is fun.
Usually it's like two parts. Eventually we find our way, I think, to two parts, and then we back out.
That was actually fun. That was cool. That was cool.
So
Nice.
I think we have two parts there, and I think I probably need to get with you and clarify on some notes.
Okay.
But I think the two parts are, which I'm not I'm playing something rhythmically different than what you're playing, but That's
Nice.
what I'm playing.
Okay.
That is what I'm calling the verse. And then the chorus is what is the next part.
Yeah. I feel like when you guys do that and you go up, I feel like the tom works really good. It like kind of makes the chorus even more focused there. I had reverse before, but I think it's that's cool. You guys are making me think.
I feel like I should look at y'all. I have a really bad habit of just like closing my eyes and looking down, like listening. What am I not hearing? What am I not seeing that I can
What
hear?
am I?
Yeah.
Let me
I do the same.
let me do this. I'm going to come over there and let's do that part together.
Okay.
The chorus and I think just the chorus, because I think the verse I have.
Okay.
And then I don't know what we probably should have one other thing that we try to figure out.
Yeah.
And then we could put them all together.
I think I know what it is.
Man, I got so lost. I didn't do a great
alright.
job that time.
I mean, how can you find yourself?
I
in
totally
music?
forgot. I thought I was like, dude, we should add a slow part, and I forgot all about the fucking slow part. Oh man.
It's
Alright.
magic.
All right.
was
Okay.
fun.
That was good.
You guys ever hear of this pedal?
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Sounds like a dolphin being abducted.
It sounds like an '80s laser beam.
It's a cry for help, I believe.
We heard already a little bit about the projects y'all are a part of, but what about personal goals in music these days? What keeps you going? What are you trying to accomplish?
For me, it's mainly fun. I deal with a lot of like anxiety and like shit, but I feel like whenever I play music, I'm always able to like just kind of not pay attention to that shit, I guess.
Amen.
And yeah, that's what it does for me. And it's just a lot of fun too, getting to know people differently other than talking, which I
Yeah.
suck at. So.
It's strangely a lot easier to make mistakes in this world than in the spoken world. That's for sure.
Yeah. I think so, yeah. Just keep on going. Even if you mess up and you don't make that face, it's just jazz, right?
Yeah.
Plus, you don't have to sit there and think about that one note you played wrong, whereas I do that all the time with shit I say.
True. Nobody writes that other thing down. And nobody's like, wait a second. That was an F sharp, buddy. Look at this guy.
Bail, pal.
Sunday night, F sharp over a E. What the hell?
Hell, it's a major second.
How about you, Snakes?
Trying to spell something.
I think I know what I'm trying to do. You know, I mean, music is awesome. The band is awesome. It's a lot of work. Music industry is crazy. Touring is nuts. All you do is break down gear and set gear up. That's all you do on the road. And I mean, it's a lot more, obviously. It's a lot of fun. But I guess what I'm saying is I feel like pursuing the whole artist thing is, you know, there's a lot of you're going for your integrity, and even though you're trying to put yourself out there and change people, it still is to an extent kind of a selfish thing. I think it has to be to an extent because it's your art and it's your ego. And I'm just trying to teach more and work on the music education aspect of it because it's awesome. It's really, really fun. And so I'm trying to do my own school.
Cool.
And, all private students. And then I also do a program for kids with Down syndrome and learning drums, and so I kind of just fell into that.
That's cool.
And it's been a really awesome experience. I wish there was two of me, because I'd love to go back to school for all that. But I'm working on getting my certification to be able to work more with special needs children and just make that a part of the method that I teach. And it's like you and I were talking before. It's awesome teaching music to kids. It's the most fulfilling thing in the world, and so I'm trying to balance it all out and do all that. Yeah.
The thing with the kids with Down syndrome, is that for an organization or is that just something that you do or what?
It just kind of fell into my lap because I used to own a music school. It was called the Music Bus Rocks. It was like a mobile music classroom on wheels on a school bus, and so after I decided that I just wanted to play music and tour, I started just teaching privately, and I had one client in particular, and their child had DS, and they really wanted to take lessons. I'm like, I don't know what we're going to do here. We tried piano, we tried singing, and none of it worked. And I was finally like, we can try drums, and it worked very, very successfully.
Cool.
And I kind of had to create kind of a cymbal-based system.
Cool.
And it's had a lot of success. And so I've done it privately. I've done it at the Arc. There's two Arcs. This Arc is for kids with learning disabilities, and
not the one that's downtown where all the homeless people
yeah, it's a different one.
Okay.
And it's just been a trip working with kids and just developing it more.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's really neat.
What's the program called?
I think I think I'm going to call it 47 Beats.
All right.
Because of kids with DS and 47 having the extra chromosome. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm kind of playing off of that. But I'm going to have a focus on the DS program and special needs, and then also offer other lessons as well from that.
That's cool.
So
That's awesome.
Are you going to try to make it a nonprofit?
probably. I mean, maybe in the future. It's
no better time than
nonprofits
now.
are a lot of work. It's a lot,
Yeah.
Versus just having a DBA. And it being for profit.
True.
So maybe in the future I'd like to turn it over to that. But
That's cool.
It's a lot. You've worked with many nonprofits, right?
Yep. Yeah, I've been Mike Hidalgo, the one
Yep.
who kind of ties most of this together. It is very warm in here, so
It's all right.
everyone's
I'm
sweating.
so used to
For the
sweating.
visual, everyone's sweating.
It's kind of like riding a bike. Once you stop, you're just like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm
Sweaty,
yes.
yeah. Mike Hidalgo and I met jamming. I invited a bunch of the mentors at Kids in New Groove, mentor with them, who provide lessons and instruments for kids in the foster care program.
That's awesome.
And it's a really cool organization. They just turned 10 years old. They're really wonderful. I've been with them for just over 2 years, and Mike has been with them for like 5 years.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I've seen him post quite a few pictures with that.
It's wonderful, and it's also challenging and interesting. And but him and I met because I invited. We were all at like a mentor get together, and I was like, I don't know what you guys are doing, but I was going to go back to my space. I have a space, and we could just jam, and it was hilarious. It's like around the table, everyone was like, and it's obviously like everyone's nerds, everyone's music nerds at this table, right? And everyone was like looking around like, I mean, I got a little bit of time. I mean, I don't have an instrument with me. I mean, I normally have a guitar. I have 2 guitars. And I'm like, okay, I got some guitars there. It's all right. Like, where is it? Is it close? And then everyone, like 6 or 7 people came over. And we all like did round robins. And
Oh, that's so cool.
because I was in the middle. It was the very beginning of trying to do this project and
Mm-hmm.
figuring out what I wanted to do. Because I knew I wanted to make people jam with me. And I thought that was entertaining. And so but Mike was the drummer. He's like, I'll play drums.
Yeah.
And when we started jamming, eventually I got on the bass. And I let other people jam first and then got on the bass. And I look over while I'm playing. I'm watching a couple other dudes play. I look over and Mike is just beelining me. He's just staring right into my soul. And I'm like, wow. And he starts raising his eyebrows and like going up and down, like nodding. And he goes like this, like raising his eyes, like, yeah, you know what's up. Like, yeah, you jam, dog. That's cool. And then when we got done, he's like, you ain't hiding. You jam, man. That was fun. Like, we got to do that again. And then him and I just started, like, it was weird. It's like the same feeling. It felt really weird. We'd be like, you want to just like go jam real quick? I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. Like, is this weird? I don't know. It's not weird to me. Like,
That's awesome.
That's kind of how this thing came together.
Very cool.
Yeah, that nonprofit.
Shout out to Mike Hidalgo. He's one of the nicest, coolest guys out there.
Yeah, definitely.
He's awesome, man. Super talented. We're kind of drum techs for each other.
Yeah.
Although we haven't done it in a while, so like,
Nice.
if he's playing a show, then I'll be his drum tech and vice versa.
That's awesome.
Make us feel a little special for once.
If Obsolete Machines hadn't been able to play our wedding, we were going to try to come offer you guys the spot. Because we were like, who else would we play? Like, we want it to be somebody cool. And Mike and I had become close, and
Yeah.
we really liked their music a lot. And it was like, them. But if they can't, like, I think we should go to Trouble in the Streets. I don't know what they'll think about that, but like,
Yeah, I hope the guests like it.
what's the point is that, like, I still continue to point my boat towards art. And like, some of my family's like, good on you.
Good on you.
Some of my family are like, grow up.
It should have just been 2 drum kits, Mike and
There you
Bobby.
go.
Yeah,
There you
true,
go.
yeah.
Where's Frank Sinatra? Where is that?
I like that as a lead into the next jam. The concept here is something that's going to challenge y'all.
Oh, man.
So yeah, got some Frank Sinatra vibes.
Is this gonna
We're
be
playing fast and we're playing hard, so
Okay.
something totally different.
I got you.
And one of the ways that we do this last jam too is making everybody switch instruments. But I don't want to take Bobby off the drums.
Why don't we just do another suggested jam, because this thing is pretty cool and it's a little specialized.
Yeah, I love it.
And then let's just do
So
another
no Frank
suggested
Sinatra
jam.
shit.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, we could still be
Let's-
Frank
let's-
Sinatra.
Let's get a little. Let's get crazy. Someone make up a riff really quick.
I would love to do that.
Okay, what's your riff?
I don't know.
Well,
Can I give you a concept?
You want to be really weird?
Yeah.
It's kinda almost like mean weird, but
You know what would be really weird?
Yeah.
somewhere. Hold on. That's too weird.
I mean, as long as it's in 4.
No, it's not.
I know it is.
It is?
I don't know. I mean, if you loop it.
Let me do this. Let me switch guitars.
Blah, blah, blah. My. Go. I noticed.
Oh, I had something earlier.
Oh, I'm liking that.
I definitely heard like some like Fleetwood Mac
All right. Okay.
like fucking smoothness.
It was clean.
Right.
I was just like, what do I do to this?
Well, it's always such a testament to the drums. Like when you just play 4 on the floor like that, and everyone just is able to lock in like that. I felt like when I just switched to 4 on the floor, like we really
Found.
that was just like down,
Yeah.
down. That was that felt really really good.
It's 'cause
Don't
my-
noodle, Bobby. Me talking about me. I'll be a noodler.
I love noodles.
I do too. I made homemade noodles last night.
All right.
I don't give a shit. That's fine.
What do you think?
Could only make it harder. We kind of skipped the challenge and went back for some of the same.
We can do the challenge now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
I don't know what we do with that. But
me neither. Bobby could sing more,
Oh man.
and you guys could
what
switch.
if what if you went to vocals, Bobby Snakes? What if you went to vocals? I went to drums. Maybe Rosie will come and play guitar.
Bobby, how often do you do this? Just do vocals
Never.
on a track? Really? Hell yeah. I love it.
Ever.
Well, it's open. The concept here is just challenging ourselves. And I think the way we've situated y'all has accomplished that.
Yes.
Give us the breakdown real fast, John Paul, with who's playing what.
Oh, I see. Bobby is singing,
Which-
and we're all excited about that. He's never done before,
Yeah,
and the mic smells bad.
Interesting.
Rosie's playing the Swamp Fox on the guitar. True's on drums and looking pretty good. And bass Bobby's playing bass.
So I don't really. Ooh, there's the reverb.
Yep.
I'm really bad with lyrics and making up words, so I just took the sheet that you guys printed out. I'm just gonna sing these words.
Oh yes.
So we're just gonna go with it. Yeah, I know. That's the name of this fucking segment that we're doing, right? Make it up.
This mic smells bad.
Does it?
No, that's the name of the
Oh,
song.
yeah.
This mic smells bad.
So
Mine smells normal.
yours smells lucky.
I can't wait for
Everybody
Taylor to
smell your
listen to
mic.
I
this.
feel like
Mine smells great.
Bigfoot like broke into here and like rubbed his armpit.
I definitely
All
was the
over.
last person to be singing on that mic.
Okay, there we go. Duly noted.
And apologies. I was gargling his balls earlier. so
Oh,
that
there you
was-
go.
Sorry, sweetie. How do we want to start this? Who wants to start it?
Maybe guitar.
You.
Me.
Me? Him?
I mean, we already got something there.
Yeah. All right, ready?
Did we do that?
Sure.
And we're done.
I'm ready.
Okay, here we are. Can the beat difference? We should always be challenging ourselves to sound a little different than before. This jam, we are going to significantly change the format. Oh! Come on, bring down! What are you doing? With this gift of yours, it's not easy to learn how to sing. Play the guitar, or the beat, the drum. This section is about keeps us going. Yeah! Woo! Woo! I don't ever do this. I normally don't get the mic. No one trusts me with the mic. But I just put some fucking sticks in his hand. He doesn't know what keys are. He's the drummer. I'm like, fuck you, dude. Until he wrote this goddamn song. Why do you think what, you think I just hold sticks all day? You know what? Fuck you! What are we doing with this shit? My mic's falling out. Damn! Attempt to be different. We should be always challenging ourselves. Sound different than before. All right, where's Dakota? We got M big. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, M. All right, there.
That was fun as shit.
Was that all right?
That was amazing. That was
great.
the best Jam to Be Different I've ever
Wow.
been a part of.
Wow. Well, it's really thanks to you, whoever wrote these words. Whoever wrote these words.
You didn't even
We
sing
might have
the little.
just started a beautiful relationship.
Yeah.
I write the words. You're like, what is it? Who's the guy? Who's the piano player who has a relationship like that? I'll write the words. You play and sing the music.
That was really fun. That was better than drugs.
Okay, technically that's a podcast, guys.
And the
Wow.
end of the show is not glorious.
Yep. So
Well-
everyone just pack up your stuff.
What's everyone's final thought? Let's start there.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
It's not over. There will be final thoughts.
I mean, everyone in here.
Hell yeah.
Melissa, you have
Yeah, what's your final
thoughts?
thought?
There's a microphone in front of you. Just talk right into it.
This is great. That was good. I enjoyed that thoroughly. Yes.
I feel old. I think I should probably play more.
Hell yeah.
You did today, and it sounded great.
Thanks.
Yeah. I think my final thought is loved it.
Love is love.
Love is love. That's right. I'm wearing
He's
one
wearing
of my favorite
Just
sleeveless
a
T-shirts.
visualization for all you out there in Radio Land or where the fuck that is. Trios of Love is Love muscle shirt on.
I want to make you a hate is hate muscle shirt.
What would the image be?
I was thinking about that too.
Like, what's the opposite of a rainbow?
I don't know.
It's like when they in the
A
visibility
pit.
thing on the
A
computer.
pit.
Yeah, when
Love
you like
pit.
when
A
you
big
flip all the
hole.
colors.
Yeah.
Just invert all the colors.
Invert all the colors.
A negative.
Black,
Okay.
white, yeah.
Not just a fucking giant hole in the desert.
Sucking up light. Rosie, final thoughts?
You guys are at least like 15 times more hardcore than I could ever be. Pretty cool.
I don't know. You were a part of whatever we just did.
Yeah, that
is
was-
going
that
to
was
set us
awesome.
free.
Yeah.
We are now an operatic themed rock band.
Wow.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Bobby Snakes, you.
Oh. That was so out of my comfort zone. That was great. That really was fun. And yeah, I don't get to like sing scream, so that was cool.
was so
I
good.
felt like it was like a Danzig song or something like that. So thank you guys. And this mic smells significantly
Worse.
No, it smells better. I guess I'm just used to it. I have enough of True's like scent in my nostrils right now.
It grows on you.
It does grow on you. Let's bottle it.
Mel's nodding her head yes.
Mm. And
You
final.
did great. You went up and down in like a Talking Heads way. with your speed mostly. I liked it. I woke up this morning, put on a hat, put on my shorts, put on my sandals, put on my backpack, walk out the door, and I made it like half a block, and I realized I just didn't put on a shirt. Like I forgot shirt, and all day I've just felt weird and not right, and until that song, and I feel better now.
Yes. Yes. I think we all feel a little bit better.
Thank you guys very much for being a participant of the Sound Wizard podcast. You are now official Sound Wizards. Congratulations!
Thank you so much for having us. This is awesome. It's really fun.
Cool. Thank you guys. And for real though, we pack up and we leave the mics on, and everyone hears us load up our gear and remember that we're humans.
Okay. Cha cha cha.